presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Detroit.
Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by
BAL Tire.
Tyler Collins entered last night's ball game in an 0 for 30 slump. Tyler Collins exited last night's ball game with 2 home runs, including a game winner off Ubaldo Jimenez, a 3-run shot. Collins would finish with 3 hits on the night, helping the Tigers to a 5-4 win. What a great day for baseball here. Welcome to the Motor City. Welcome to Comerica Park. Game 3 in this series featuring the Detroit Tigers and the Baltimore Orioles. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Pemba, Kirk Gibson. Glad you're with us here this afternoon. Tigers going for a series win. And Gibby, good to see Tyler Collins bust out of it. I know when you get in those long slumps, you're just kind of begging for hits, and he came through.
Well, I was thinking Tyler Collins over 30, Kirk Gibson 2 for 42. What did you feel like? You work hard, you start to press, you lose your confidence. So when he hits 2 home runs, you validate all the work, you stop pressing, he restores your confidence, and that's why I picked him, by the way, and picked the stick.
Nice choice. We'll see what happens. Really, though, Collins a microcosm of this entire series because both teams have really gone off with the bats in this 3-game series so far.
Well, it's kind of the war of attrition. You should look at the numbers here. I mean, everybody's average is way up. Tons of runs, 33 runs in 2 games. The hits right there, you have 58 hits. Look at the bullpen pitchers that they've thrown. The bullpens have played so prevalently in this series so far. So you got to look at the Tigers' pen today. How does that shape up? J-Dub's out. Justin Wilson's going to be out. Chad Bell's probably still out. So you got to ask yourself, who's going to close? Somebody's got to step up. Greeny's good to go. Alex Wilson, he's another guy you may not want to go to. So Brad's going to have some decisions to make today. And if Jordan Zimmerman can go deep, it would certainly help the cause.
All right, game 3 in the series just minutes away. After a short break, we'll send you down to the Call Sam Studios, check in with Mickey York. Coming up this afternoon, the Tigers going for the series win, trying to protect this house. Tigers O's. Game 3 next.
Bundy, the battle on the mound today as the Tigers try to secure the series win over the Orioles. And Jordan Zimmermann goes for his 4th victory of the season here at home. Mickey York back with you in the Coliseum studio here at Comerica Park as the Tigers and Orioles get ready to wrap up their series here today. Tyler Collins hoping to pick up where he left off last night. He nearly scored your curly fries all by himself, but 2 not quite enough. 3, though, would do the job. Because if Detroit combines for 3 or more home runs in this game, you win. Bring in a copy of the box score to a participating Arby's location tomorrow. Get a free small order of curly fries. You can find a copy of the box score in your newspaper or on the Tigers page at foxsportsdetroit.com. Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank, a part of Detroit and the community since 1849. And by Ram. Test drive a Ram truck at the Ram Drive and Discover sales event going on now.
Tigers and the Orioles wrapping up this series, and Jordan Zimmermann on the mound for the Tigers. He is presented today by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
Well, trying to get on track after 7 starts. Let's not forget he missed significant time in 16. He's always had good control, so you want to keep the ball out of the middle with your fastball, and we've shown in yesterday's telecast how these Oriole hitters have feasted on the ball down the middle and low in the zone to mid-thigh.
A little bit of a different lineup today for Buck Showalter. It's presented by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. No Manny Machado in this game. This is how it looks. It'll be Smith, Mancini, and Jones in the top 3 spots. Chris Davis cleaning up. Trumbo is the DH. Scope is at second. Bottom 3 of Flaherty, Joseph, and J.J. Hardy.
Let's take a look at the starting defense. The Tigers, brought to you by the Michigan Office of Highway Safety and Planning. Jay up, TC out there at center, JD in right, Castellanos and Romine on the corners, Iglesias and Kinsler up the middle as always. Alex Abilia behind the plate catching Jordan Zimmerman, and the shift is on. You have to keep an eye on the wind today.
That'll certainly be a factor. Strong wind at the ballpark here this afternoon to go with the warm temps. Seth Smith leads it off, and here we go. The first pitch of today's ball game is a strike call. Smith, Mancini, and Jones in the Orioles first. Couple of tight ball games between these two teams. Extra inning affair in game one. Tigers won a one-run game last night. Smith looks at a ball low, 1 ball and 1 strike. The Orioles right fielder batting .300, 3 homers so far this year. And enjoying a modest 4-game hitting streak. Swing and a miss. This might be one of those days where it's going to be a challenge to play the outfield with as strong as the wind is this afternoon.
Yeah, you want to keep your eye on the flags, and it's supposed to gust up to 35 miles an hour. So if the ball's hit the center field, J-Up's got to be ready. The wind may blow it right over to you.
Here's the 1-2. Soft line drive caught right back up the middle by Castellanos. Well, how about those field conditions today? It is presented by Ace Hardware and the Scotts Company. 83 at game time and mostly sunny. However, it's really windy and
it's going to dry out the infield in the grass. You want to take that in consideration. The ball will be much quicker, even if you're going to slide today later in the game. The infield is damp right now, but later in the game you'll want to slide out a little further because you'll really skip off that surface.
Here's Trey Mancini. Strike 1.
Now, Jordan Zimmerman's coming out throwing the ball really well, keeping the ball on the edges of the zone. Good velocity, 93, 94. You know, he is 3-2 on the year. The ERA is inflated, but we're talking about how he's missed so much time last year. It's just going to take him time to get back in the groove. It appears he is healthy though.
Here are the numbers on Mancini, batting .300, good power, 7 homers.
Runs pretty good for a big guy.
And 4 out of 10 in this series. The 0-2. Little chopper toward third, foul. Zim in his last start gave up 10 hits and 5 runs, 4 of those earned in a loss to the Angels in Anaheim. He threw 93 pitches in that game.
And 5 1/3. He did have 3 walks. That's uncharacteristic for him. He's usually a 2-walk or less guy.
Oh, he got him to go fishing. And Avila will complete the strikeout with a throw down, 2 gone.
I mean, this ball's way out of the zone. Look, he's way on the side, and he gets the swing. That's a good sign. Comes out very deceiving. Mancini can't hold up. So that means the previous pitchers have established, you know, I got to get this bat moving, so he's a little crisp. The ball's got a little heaviness to it today, it appears.
Manny Machado not playing today, so Adam Jones has bumped up to the, or bumped down, I should say, to the 3 slot. Adam batting second in the first 2 games. And Jones looks at a ball inside, 1-0.
Now, was Seth Smith, what was that, an L6?
That was an L5.
An L ball because we had Castillo over there?
Yes. Here's the 1-0. Jones in the series 4 for 12. He's got a double. Got him off to a .268 start this year. Zim now with the 1-1. Ground ball, base hit left field. The Orioles get their first hit of the ball game. 2-out single. We highlighted all the offense these 2 teams have provided in the first 2 games of the series. With the wind blowing as hard as it is today, you wonder what kind of an effect it'll have on the offensive numbers.
We probably set up a real one-run game, haven't we?
Yeah, exactly. Here is Chris Davis, and they will shift against Davis. 2 home runs in the series for Davis. Both of them came in the extra inning game. Ball 1.
Now look at this is Kinsler, this is Casti, this is Iglesias. So that's in the shift. Castellanos has come over to the other side of the infield. You want to leave Iglesias closest to the middle of the diamond. Those are where the toughest plays and the pivots. Covering second base is a little tricky. There is 2 outs, so you don't have to turn the double play. Iglesias, Castellanos, Kinsler. Oh my, it's a little different infield today. The winner.
Now the 1-0. 2-0 on Davis. Tigers in that shift early on this year actually had Castellanos playing in short right field, but they switched he and Kinsler. He in a little bit more range, and so they put him in the kind of rover position.
And Chris Davis, the batter, is the highest rate of shifter you could have. He faces more shifts than anybody in the league.
You think he cares anymore?
I think he's trying to go over the shift. The fly ball type dinger.
2-1 on Davis. 2-out single by Jones, just underway at the ballpark today. Breezy, warm afternoon. Jones draws the throw. There was a time when Adam Jones would steal about 15, 16, 17 bases, but last year he had only 2 the entire season.
He's played several years. You tend to slow down a bit, and it takes a lot out of you.
That's in there for a strike. 2-2.
Good 2-1 off-speed pitch. Davis is looking for the fastball.
Trumbo waiting on deck. Here's the 2-2 offering. Davis launches one deep to right field, and he's got himself his 3rd home run of this series. And it's 2-0 Orioles.
Is this a changeup or a slider? Went to the off-speed well one too many times. Chris Davis was waiting. Just down and in. Goes down and gets it. Looks like a slider. Tigers trail 2-0. A little 2-out hit from Adam Jones and a 2-out home run from Chris Davis. So one of those games is going to be again.
Well, Zim has had a couple of games in which he's given up 3 home runs, and he has allowed one early here to make it 2-0 Baltimore. Davis's home run is his 9th of the year. And that 2-out hit by Jones kept the inning going. Trumbo checks his swing.
And when you're coming back like Zim is, you come out, you feel good at the beginning of the game, you give up that home run, you tend to maybe try and avoid contact. You can't do that. You just got to throw. He's throwing the ball good. Made a mistake, he paid for it. You got to continue to throw the ball the way you started the game, have that confidence.
Trumbo has homered in this series. He's also had a couple of doubles, 5 for 11.
I like up and in to Chris Davis a lot. I don't like out over the plate and up against him. You have to impact him in off the plate. Keep him off your mistakes.
2-2.
Let's take a look at Jordan Zimmermann. Has struggled a bit in his first 4 starts. He was good. His last 3 starts, not so good. That's against the Orioles.
Now the 2-2 swung on and missed. Trumbo is out of there to end the inning. Second strikeout for Zim, but a 2-run shot by Chris Davis. Home run. The Tigers starting lineup today presented by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. It'll be as usual, Kinsler at the top and Castellanos and JD Martinez. Miggy still out. Vmart Upton and Avila in the middle, and Tyler Collins, big night last night, he's in center. Romine is at first, Iglesias is at short. Dylan Bundy is presented by MGM Grand Detroit.
Dylan Bundy, a first rounder from way back in 2011, the 4th overall pick, making his first career start against the Tigers, second appearance. His first game against the Tigers, 1 1/3 scoreless innings. Tigers will get a good look at him today. About a 4-pitch mix guy. Fastball, slider, curveball, and change.
24-year-old out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, goes to work, and Ian looks at a strike, 0-1.
Now, when he was scouted as an amateur, he threw the ball high 90s. But he's had a shoulder injury, a elbow surgery, the TJ, Tommy John surgery.
Back up the middle and into center field, a base hit.
Ian greets him here at Comerica.
Leadoff man on.
He's coming with the fastball. Ian's getting his timing back right up the middle. Good sign, not pulling the ball. Scope cannot catch it. These balls are going to get quicker as the game goes on. We were talking about how the wind's going to dry everything out. Might play a little deeper on the infield as the game progresses.
Nick Castellanos trying to get it going. Rolls this one foul. Nicholas 0 for 7 in the series, .224 batting average now. Brad thought about perhaps batting Avila second, but he is going to stick with Castellanos. Pretty confident that Nick will be able to fight out of it. He had a pretty good start to the year, month of April. Ball high, 1-1.
He's not on the board today, is he, in the pick to stick?
I don't believe he is.
Giving him a rest, day off. High expectations when you get picked in this game.
That's right. He may come through with a big afternoon. Now Bundy's 1-1, Sales inside, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Baltimore pretty much in this series pounding Nick Castellanos, Nicholas, inside, really establishing, trying to get Castellanos to swing at the balls, running in off the plate on the inside part. Either you make an adjustment as a hitter, you take that, or you back off the plate a little bit. Most do not feel comfortable making the move off the plate.
2-2.
2-1 slider. Bundy's got good pitches. All his pitches are good.
Bundy struck out 8 in his last start, but that has not been the norm. Typically has been in the 2 to 3 range per start. Sunshine peeking through the clouds now.
Long hold. I would go up and tell the umpire, you know, it's windy out today. He holds me, you know, give me a quick timeout, please, because at the plate it can be very windy. It dries your eyes out. You start blinking. You don't want to have the ball coming at you when you have to blink.
Kinsler is forcing the long hold by Bundy. And Nick looks at strike 3. Got it. Didn't quite like the call from C.B. Buckner, but he's out of there.
Well, let's see what it says right here. It's a pretty good pitch right there. Down and in. Nick doesn't have an argument on that.
Here is J.D. Martinez. Again batting third today. The Tigers without Miguel Cabrera. A grade 1 strain of the obliques, so he'll miss hopefully no more than a couple of days. That ball pops straight up. First base side. Davis.
Look at it going.
The wind is going to grab it and roll it back into the dugout. It started in fair territory and playable, but then ended up in the dugout.
Look at where he starts. He sees the ball go up. He's right here. Look where he ends up. I mean, that ball blew well off of where he thought it was going to originally come down. So you got to give your teammates help. Everybody needs to pursue. It's up in the air. First curveball of the game right there. 72 miles an hour. So he's up to 92, 93. A low of 72. That's pretty good speed variation. Only double that pitch up.
He bounced it in.
He did.
2-1.
Had a suspicion.
Martinez 7 for 15 to start the year, coming off the disabled list. 4 home runs, 8 RBIs.
Coming in.
Strike on the outer edge, and the count now 2-2.
Coming in and missed away. Take a look from behind C.B. Buckner, the home plate umpire.
Now time given, and Bundy delivered anyway, and that's what you were talking about, Gibby. They finally gave Martinez time.
He's holding because he's trying to stop Kinsler from stealing the bases on him.
Leadoff single by Kinsler. He is there now with 1 out. Ooh, he held it there. Did Joseph? Didn't get the call.
You know, the other thing, we talk about the players and the blinking and the eyes drying. This can happen to the umpires too.
Sure.
So you may get a pitch or miss a pitch. They get caught.
And he walked in ball 4. JD gets a base on balls.
Let's take a look at the Orioles starting defense, brought to you by Tim Hortons. Trey Mancini in the left. All-star Adam Jones in center with Seth Smith over there in right. Flaherty and Hardy on the left side of the infield for the Orioles. Scope and Davis on the right. Caleb Joseph is catching today, and Dylan Bundy is on the mound.
That is 7 walks already now for J.D. Martinez. Here is Victor Martinez. Victor was held hitless in the ballgame last night. He put the ball in the air to center field 4 times, was 0 for 4, and a good stop by Joseph. Kinsler thought about heading to third, but he'll retreat.
It's good block by Joseph. You watch over here. This guy, JD, he's got to watch this guy. This is where you can get hung out sometimes. As Kinsler starts to act like he's going to go, JD could be susceptible. But made the proper read.
The 1-0. Bouncing ball to first, Davis. They'll go to second, 1 in the relay. Bundy covers and a double play. Inning over, no runs, a walk, a hit, 1 man left. We go to the top of the second, and we remind you to stay tuned to Tigers Live. Following the game, we'll select the Fox Sports Detroit Tigers Player of the Game. It's presented by McDonald's. Stop by for your breakfast favorites, now being served all day. Here come the Orioles in the second. It'll be Jonathan Schoop leading it off. Schoop is followed by Flaherty and then Joseph. Sim had a couple of strikeouts in the first, but allowed a 2-run homer. There's a ball to Schoop. 2 out of 9 with 3 RBIs in the series for Schoop. A lot of home runs last year, 25. Now the 1-0. Fly ball in the air toward left. Upton started back. Now the wind bringing it in, and J.Up recovers.
Schoop hit that ball off the end of the bat a little bit. J.Up initially broke back. Then he's chasing the wind down and makes the catch.
We'll bring up Ryan Flaherty. Outfielders on high alert today with this strong wind. It is supposed to be here most of the afternoon. Flaherty looks at a strike on the outside corner. Flaherty at third base today with Machado out of the lineup. 2 of the bigger stars for each team not playing. Miggy for the Tigers and Machado for the Orioles. 0-2. Veteran utility guy Ryan Flaherty, positioned at third base today, can play all the other infield positions.
Tell you, the utility guys who seem like they're more important nowadays. They really have a distinct role on these teams, and the ability. It used to be a guy could play a couple of positions. Now it seems like the utility guys can play many.
Ground ball, base hit, out of the reach of Ian Kinsler. They used to have a guy who could play maybe some short, some second.
Yeah, like you had middle infielders, then you had corner guys. But now you get guys they can play middle, corners, outfield, and catch. And because two right there, comparing notes. Romine, he's done everything. He's even pitched, has he?
He has.
He hasn't caught. Is he caught in the game?
No, not in the game yet. It is Romine's wish to someday play all 9 positions in one game. Here's Joseph.
So there's Andrew Romine, 12 in center field. You see at second base, 1 at third so far. And feels comfortable, and his manager is comfortable having him at any of those positions.
Swing and a miss. 1-1 on Joseph. Caleb, a .284 hitter. He is starting behind the plate in this game today. They had Wellington Castillo in each of the first 2 games, and all he did was put up 6 hits in 2 games.
How do you sit him, huh?
I don't know.
Well, he just came off the DL, so it's just smart. 2 games in a row and then a night to day game. If you're sitting there watching the game, do you even think that'd be hard to do? Probably not. What do you think? Think our viewers think that would be something that you should pay attention to?
I would think they probably are educated enough to know that it is such a demanding position that, yes, if you play a day game after a night game and you've played a couple in a row, then yeah, you're probably sitting. That ball hammered down the left field line. It is hooking, and it's going to go foul.
Cool. Well, let's put it this way. You've been in Michigan for 3 months, and all of a sudden you go out to California. In 2 days, you're on Michigan time, so you just feel a little off, right? Your body feels a little off. So, I mean, the way I can explain it best is you just kind of feel different, a little off, maybe a little sluggish. And it seems to take more out of you. So this game today, if they say had another day game, maybe not have as much in your tank the next day. We'll get it.
It's in the air to right center field, and it's going to be caught on the run by JD. He hung up long enough for round number 2.
Pretty good communication out here. This ball, again, we have the wind. We have Tyler Collins out there in center, and JD out there in right. They're both, he's going this way, he's going this way. They're both peekaboo, and somebody's got to call it. It looks like JD did a good job and lets Tyler know. Because somebody's got to call it. And sometimes you're going, when you get to the end of it, nobody's call it. Usually you have the center fielder will take the initiative. So that looked routine, but it had to have some good communication there. Did it well.
J.J. Hardy takes strike 1. Hardy is only 1 for 11 in the series, but the 1 hit is a homer, and he has also knocked in 4. A lot of batting average to getting healthy in this series, and RBI totals as well. Slice to right center, that'll get down a base hit. Flaherty is on his way to third. He'll pull in there. First and third now for the Orioles.
They just keep the pressure on. They've done it the first 2 games. Continue to do it. 4 hits already through 1 2/3 innings. We'll talk about J.J. Hardy later in the game, but this guy is, you wonder how he's still in the game. You know, he didn't have a job about 8 years ago, and he's still going strong. And Buck Showalter told me really one of the most fundamental players, efficient with all of his movements and what he does. that he's ever managed.
Yeah, he doesn't appear to be really flashy, but if the ball is hit at him or near him, he will make the play.
He does it right. And beyond that, what he does to his teammates probably makes them better.
Seth Smith. Line drive, base hit right field. That'll get a run in. Hardy is on his way to third. And the throw to third base is not in time. Good strong throw there by JD, but a little bit late.
Well, first pitch hunting and out in the right field. JD comes in, charges it well, makes a good throw. You can see that the runner, Flaherty, gets in the way. And Nick does a pretty good job of catching this ball. That's hard. That ball can hit the runner right there and bounce away, but good effort. Didn't get the call.
So the Orioles have 5 hits already, and that'll bring up Trey Mancini.
That was J.J. Hardy, very aggressive. Again, he's not a fast guy, just good secondary and on his way.
A pair of 2-out hits, driving in a run. Mancini struck out in the first. Checked it, but a strike called. 1-1. Mancini played his college ball in Notre Dame, and while they are much more known for football on that campus, there have been a few guys that have come out of Notre Dame that have played in the big leagues. Jeff Samardzija, of course, he played college football as well.
Why did he switch to baseball?
A.J. Pollock of the Diamondbacks. There's a foul at home plate.
They have pretty good facilities down there. I know that, even though they're known for football. Every facility they have is really nice. Top notch.
Mancini said of his time in Notre Dame, walking around campus, nobody really ever knew who you were. Now the football player is a different story. The baseball team kind of played in the shadows of the football program there. The 1-2.
Well, their hockey teams are pretty good nowadays, and basketball is making a little bit of a splash.
Right.
So, yeah, baseball, there's nothing wrong with that. Being able to walk around, go about your business.
Anonymity can be a good thing sometimes. 2-2 on Mancini.
So, like when I walked in, remember that coat I had on last night? That red one with the pink tie? So when I walked into the Soundgarden concert last night, do you think I was anonymous?
No. There's the foul back out of play. Now, were you anonymous walking the campus of Michigan State University? Probably not.
Partly yes, and partly no.
Well, how could you be partly yes and partly no?
Well, later in my career, no, but I moved pretty quick. Didn't walk a lot.
You outran the fans?
Well, I just went for a jog.
The onlookers?
Keep your head down and mind your own business.
Jimmy, can I have your autograph?
George Perlis said that good things would happen if you did. Just keep your mouth shut. Go about your business.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that'll end the inning. However, the Orioles get one more run.
something's coming up to the plate. We did a little thing here. We're going to just look at the difference. This is synced up at contact. The jab's going to go back. We're going to stop it right here. I'm going to draw a little line right there. We're going to draw it here and go ahead. We're going to run it to contact. You're just looking at the movement, the back and forth movement. Stop it right there. And if you look at where the head is here and where the head is here is a little bit. Now, this is a non-scientific experiment in looking at what's going on in the swing. It's very little. And you got to run Jay up. That ball's in fair territory. But he's got a little more movement. I see a little more movement in the head, a little more movement in the forward and the back of the body. When he gets that calmed down again, he'll be back swinging the bat like he was early in the year. But he's struggling a little bit right now. He's probably a little tired, playing every day. Just stuff you got to deal with.
Now, is something that minute noticed by maybe a hitting coach on the bench, or just going back and looking at video?
Well, look at. First of all, I'm assuming each pitch is thrown in the same spot, right? Which we know that's not true. Okay, but overall, just looking at those side motions, I see a little bit more movement now than he's had. He's trying to stay back, but in reality, he's moving further back. And it looks like he's lunging forward a little bit. Just his timing is just off a little bit. So I had that synced from contact, so that's why the one on the left looked like it was moving earlier to start. So he's starting a little earlier than he was earlier in the year. Because one of the things I know is his key is to get his foot down. Many hitters say, get my foot down. So they want to get it up and get it down. Until they get that trigger, they find that trigger again. It's a struggle.
Avila looks at a strike 1-1. Alex catching today for the Tigers. .368 batting average. 3 out of 5 in the series. They are pulling against Avila defensively. A little bit outside, 2-1.
Let's see the shift for Alex. Nice and deep there at straightaway second base position. That's really one of the biggest components of the shift, is how deep they play. You know, getting back to Tyler Collins was 0 for 30. He had the 2 home runs last night. Jay Up's trying to figure things out. Like, you almost don't want to look at that stuff. This is what Lloyd McClendon's challenge is. What can I say to Jay Up, or what can I say to TC or him or Bull to get them back to their happy spot? The player looks at all the what I just looked at right there. That gets confusing, and that's, as a coach, you have to make sure they don't get confused. So you simplify it. You look at the video, and then you figure out a drill or a saying, something, a word you can say that will get them back to their comfort zone.
In the air, shallow left field. And it's going to be caught by Mancini, and there are 2 outs. Menards brings you the big money encounter.
He's a trivia question now. Right?
First player since 1913 to enter a game over 30 or longer.
And hit 2.
And hit 2 homers or more.
Well, you'll never miss that question.
Tyler Collins, that's the answer. Put it in the memory
bank. No, that's wrong. Who is Tyler Collins?
Oh, who is Tyler? What are we in, Jeopardy?
Yeah.
Anyway, Collins, this is what intrigues me about baseball. You are just literally one day away from turning around what has been a miserable 2 weeks. And you never know when that day is going to come. And so you have to keep grinding through it. And so many players will tell you the hardest part of this game is the mental aspect. And this is a great example.
Oh, it's a great example, all right. But people tell you to keep grinding. And it's validated when you do it. They're trying to crowd him right here.
3-0 on Collins.
Do you let him swing?
Surely.
I wouldn't.
No, let him swing. Come on, he's going to hit one out.
Down by 3, I would say no.
Yeah, that's good. Ball 4.
Well, let's just take a look at what happened last night. Early in the game, he went, would you call it Oppo-Popo? Balls away, way deep over left center field. Later in the game, they tried to come in on him down and in. Smack that, 3-1. Is that a Jimmy Jack?
Jimmy Jack. Jimmy Jack held up.
Bomb.
Tigers won that game.
Tater. Long ball.
Oh, you beat me to it.
Round tripper. Dinger. Salami. Souvenir. Gopher ball.
Whoa! Did you go home last night and write all these down?
I just had a dream about it.
Oh my goodness. Technically, though, salami's a grand slam, so I don't know if I can count that.
Still a dinger.
Yeah, but you wouldn't use that if the guy hit a solo home.
That's so you to get technical to try and beat me.
Oh, I'm the technical one up here. Holy smokes.
Okay, good time for one right here.
1-1 on Romine. A little bit high, 2-1 the count.
Like Bundy, when you get guys on base, he really seems occupied by him and does not have as good a command, it doesn't look. This works as good, get somebody on. Get him thinking about you, and hopefully he makes a mistake.
Romine hits it in the air towards center field. Jones and Mancini, and it's Mancini in the gap. Inning over, no runs, a walk, 1 man left. We go now to the top of the third here at the ballpark, and this Sunday the Tigers face the Rangers at 8 p.m. You can save on great seats with the Sunday Family Value Deal. 4 tickets, hot dogs, chips, and drinks. All for just $19 per person. Visit Tigers.com or call 866-66-TIGER. How about this afternoon, Gibby? It is gorgeous at the ballpark today.
It's a wonderful day at the ballpark. Tigers need to get into this game and trail 3-0, top 3, but we've been strong finishers.
Adam Jones lays it off against Jordan Zimmerman. 2 in the first, 1 in the second for the O's. There's a drive to deep left field. That ball is going to curl, though, and go foul.
Tell you, these guys jump on and pitch early, don't they?
They do, man. They've done it all series, really.
Yeah, they're looking in. So if you get a nice little tight slider down the way on there, you got yourself a nice ground ball.
7-game streak now for Jones after a singling in the first.
Ball down there.
High fly ball to right field, not deep. JD coming in, still coming.
Let's take a look at our Bell Tire pitch by pitch. Jordan Zimmerman and Chris Davis. You can see the ball's away and he just goes to left field. Tries to back him off. They did that last night, trying to keep him in there. And he's going to go with that little slider down and in, and he golfs it out of the ballpark.
A 2-run shot in the first, his 9th homer of the year. These Orioles hit home runs. They led the majors last year with 253. Swing and a miss.
I know last night that Michael Fulmer threw quite a few pitches up and in to Chris Davis. I know he didn't like it. I think it's absolutely essential. He loves this ball out over the plate. You got to crowd him inside, hands up. That was a better pitch than the home run pitch. Was a little higher. He went and got that one. But you have impact if you throw the ball tight on the hands. You make him rush. And it maybe makes him a little uncomfortable. Maybe it's a little bit of an old school philosophy, but I certainly believe in that.
A little high, 2-2.
Double it up. Get it in there.
Yes, double it up. Let's go.
Get it in there.
Chopper to the right side.
Perfect pitch.
All the way to the outfield grass, and Kinsler throws him out, 2 away. Now Zim will face Mark Trumbo. We talked about the Tigers pitching inside to Chris Davis. I don't know, is that still enough part of the game as you think it should be these days? It seemed like it happened a lot more back in your day and even before.
If you watch baseball this whole year and watch into the playoffs, it's essential. You have to use the whole plate. These hitters are too good. The pitchers are great, but you know, when you're feeling great on a great day, maybe you can get away with it. You got really good stuff, but over a full course of a season, you have to be able to spot the ball in different areas of the quadrants covering the plate.
Popped up. That's into shallow left center field. Collins and Jay up. Wind is going to take this one right into the glove of Upton. Top of the Tigers here. We go to the bottom of the third. Time now for the Mini Countryman player profile, and that would be Dylan Bundy, who was the 4th overall pick in the 2011 draft.
Yeah, he really impressed the scouts way back in 2011. Things didn't go well for him. Had to have surgery in 2013, but still the top 2 of the Orioles prospect list. Top prospect list.
Iglesias leads it off for the Tigers. 2011 draft was rich in pitching that year. Not only Bundy, but Garrett Cole, Trevor Bauer, Jose Fernandez, Sonny Gray.
We're with the Diamondbacks. Kevin Towers, our general manager, said that Bundy was as good as he'd ever seen as an amateur. We ended up taking Trevor Bauer. Bundy got taken by the Orioles.
1-2.
It's kind of an amazing thing when you hear what everybody's predicting that's going to happen and what really happens. But it has been proven the higher picks generally have impact.
Ball golfed down the left field line. It's going to hook, and that ball is going to go fair. It's up against the wall. And Iglesias will go to second base with a double. Leadoff man on.
Yeah, I thought he might have got a little more of this. Might have blown out of over the outfield wall, but the wind just kept crushing it down into the foul territory. But it stayed fair. I think that Iglesias was not admiring it, but seeing where it was going to go fair or foul. Maybe, I don't think he could have got 3 out of that, but nevertheless, leadoff double. Good opportunity for the Tigers to get on the board here in the third.
Kinsler had a single in the first inning. Second Tigers hit in this game. Bouncing ball left side. This will not advance the runner. Kinsler is out, 1 gone. That'll bring up Castellanos.
That's frustrating, because you know Ian's trying to hit the ball to the right side of the diamond to advance Iglesias. Didn't work out.
Nicholas with a strikeout in the first inning. Bundy has walked a pair. He's given up a double, been helped out by a double play. You were talking about when the Diamondbacks were scouting Bundy and how impressed the organization was with him. How different is it scouting a high schooler compared to a college pitcher, especially those from the major programs around the country?
I think ultimately we took Bauer because he was out of college. That's the main reason. You know, they're more mature. They've got more innings under their belt.
A little slow roller this time to third, and unable to play it is Flaherty. Everybody is safe.
Good break there. It's got to be a base hit. Joseph is Flaherty's not Manny Machado. The ball stays down on him. It's hard to reach over and get your glove all the way to the ground as you're running and trying to make a quick throw. So Nick legs it out. Now first and third, 1 down. Still a good chance for the Tigers. You got to get a run out of here. We got the right guy up? We do. JD Martinez.
He walked in his first at bat. Tying run at the plate here in the third. Double infield single. And JD drives one to the gap in left center field. And that ball is gone. It's a line drive home run for JD Martinez. It cleared the fence in left center, and we are tied. He is on fire.
Okay, he's carrying the Tigers right now. Boy, back just in time. First pitch looking, and he got it in the specific area he was looking for, and this is not wind blown. Look at it, just a mistake right down the heart of the plate. He is so strong. So this ball didn't get very high at all, and it's a line drive over the wall into the Baltimore Orioles bullpen, and the Tigers are tied. That's how it happens, isn't it? That's why you want to keep cutting those innings off. They get 2, they get 1. That's better than 4 and then another 3. Tigers have the ability to tie it up.
That is 5 homers in 6 games for JD Martinez. Doesn't matter where he's hitting, 3rd, 6th. He's just absolutely on a torrid pace right now off the DL. Straight foul, 0-2 on Victor.
Well, Miggy's out of the lineup for another day or 2, probably, hopefully. Victor's going to be out of the lineup tomorrow, so somebody better stay hot. And so far, JD very hot.
Victor Martinez will be on the paternity list the next 3 days, so someone's going to have to pick up the pace. High fly ball. Right field. Smith will make the catch. 2 gone.
This game comes around to it. It'll be interesting to see what Buck Showalter does. Whether he's going to pitch to JD or he's going to pick Victor.
I think he's proven in this series he wants no part of JD, and that home run probably accentuated that.
JD and Chris Davis have been the 2 guys, one from each team. Chris Davis been hitting the ball out of the ballpark for the Orioles, and JD for the Tigers.
Bundy, in any of his 7 starts so far, not given up more than 3 earned runs in any of those starts. Well, he's at that level right now. Justin Upton batter. And Jay Up looks at a strike quickly. 0-2.
You're going to get curveballed a lot in this series from the Orioles. It's going to be a curveball in the dirt.
Nubbed.
Kind of hung it.
Right back to the mound, and Upton is out. That'll retire the side. However, the Tigers have tied it up. Guess who? JD goes deep again. 3-3 game. Well, we're all tied up at 3 runs apiece now, thanks to, yes, JD Martinez, a 3-run line drive home run over the wall in left field. And Craig Monroe joins us now from down in the toasty little
yeah.
Amberwell.
Do y'all see that? Yes, it is smoking hot down here. It's a great day for baseball. But I did need to cover and protect the ball head, Mario. So
now, did you bring that yourself?
No, I brought it myself because I knew I was well prepared.
Soak that in ice water and you'll be good to go.
That's right.
Hey, Simo, do you ever think about putting a wig on? Do you think that would help?
I don't know. I haven't thought about that.
I thought about going back to the '84 dude that I had.
I would love to see that.
Have to grow the stash back.
Jonathan Scope leading it off here in the 4th inning. Simo doing yeoman's work here this afternoon down in the camera well. And Craig, I'm not sure how you pitch to JD Martinez anymore. I mean, this guy has been torrid hot.
Well, he's hitting everything, and it's all because of his approach. Again, when you think right center as a right-hand hitter, it puts you in a great position to hit breaking balls, changeup. He got an 82-mile-per-hour changeup right there and hit an absolute linea. That is a line drive out of the ballpark to left center. Beautiful swing.
So you talking to your buddy Carlos Pena, the former Tiger, on the pregame show. Did he teach you that word, lenient?
Lenient, yeah. He taught me that about in 1998 when he got drafted as a first-round draft pick. I asked him, "Hey, Papi, can you teach me some Spanish?" And so I learned a little Spanglish.
Nice.
That's what I've got going on right now, Mario and Gib.
There's a 1-2 to Scope. It'll be low. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I remember Carlos when he came to the Tigers. That was one of his favorite words. That was also Tommy Lasorda's favorite words. He yelled that out of the dugout all the time. It means hard hit line drive, doesn't it, Simo?
That's right.
Well, Jordan Zimmerman's got new life right here. You know, he walked off the field last inning. He looked frustrated to me. Guy's working so hard. He wants the result to come with it. Now he comes here into the top of the 4th inning. He's tied up. So that's a much better feeling. Let's see if he can get the Orioles out of here scoreless in the 4th.
A little boost of energy, hopefully, for Zim. And a snappy 3rd. In the air toward left center field. That ball is going to get down, and it's going to go to the base of the wall. It'll be a double for Jonathan Scope. Leadoff man on for the Orioles.
This is a mistake. Actually, it's on the corners. You see Scopes just gets the full extension right there. It's just like the elevation. This seems like it's kind of mid. It's not high, it's not low. It's just the Orioles just crush.
Well, Simo, we've seen some good hitting teams this year. I know the Red Sox on the first homestand and a few others, but this Orioles team is, I think, right there with anybody.
They really are, and they ground out their at-bats. They capitalize, guys, on every mistake. Zim has made a few mistakes, and they have definitely made him pay for it. He'll have to stay out of the middle of the plate if he's going to continue to pitch deep into this ball game.
Well, Zim had a 10-pitch 3rd after a couple 20-pitch innings. Actually 21 in the 1st inning, 20 in the 2nd. Orioles now have 6 hits in this game. Here's the 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Ryan Flaherty. Singled, scored a run in the 2nd. Zim has allowed 8 earned runs in his last 2 starts combined. He's given up 3 already in this game. And the Orioles working on more here in the 4th. Grounded foul down the first base line. .60 now for Zimmerman.
You can see what they're trying to throw Flaherty. It's 3 pitches in the same spot. And to take a little look at Zim and all the hits. You know, sometimes we tend to put it all on the pitcher. Sometimes you got to tip your hat to the opponents as well. This Orioles team we talked about, they're very good. Sometimes you throw the kitchen sink at them and they hit pitches they're not supposed to.
Now the 1-2. 2-2 on Flaherty. Jordan operating against the bottom of the lineup here for the Orioles in the 4th. Caleb Joseph waiting on deck. Simo, really windy afternoon here today. Did these days make it challenging for you as an outfielder?
Well, when the wind's blowing and you're not really sure what the ball's going to do when it gets up in the air, it can be tough.
Simo, were you comfortable in the wind, or are you one of those guys? I can tell you when it was really windy like this, I was like a little on edge. But some guys just nothing affects them. Like Tram, nothing affected him. How about you?
I'm gonna be honest. In the outfield, no, nothing affected me. I took pride in playing defense, and it was something that I don't know. I just used my athleticism, and I just try to read the ball, get myself behind the baseball, and I always thought about staying behind the baseball and always have my momentum going in to a nice pick right there.
Yeah, that was close.
Yeah, the Tigers have that play right there. There's a trigger. Almost got him, caught him napping. Just barely gets that hand in. Iglesias could have got that knee down right there, huh? Simo, he would have.
Yes, he could have.
Could have blocked it.
Tigers may want to look at this, and now Brad says no. 3-2 on Ryan Flaherty. Got him, strike 3 in the outside corner.
Well, we're going to take a look at Jordan Zimmermann here as he's into the 4th inning. Pitches they're hit, pitches they're not. These are all outs early in the game. You see on the corners right there, out of the zone, good swings. Then these are all the hits that they're getting. See, that one's inside the zone. There's middle right there. That's a good pitch that got hit. That's going to happen too. And right here is Jonathan Scope to lead off the inning. So you can kind of see the Orioles are selected. They're going to put the bat on the ball. But that's tough business, tough team to play against. If you get ahead in the count and you get on the corners, you tend to have better success.
Caleb Joseph, the batter here with 1 out, and Mr. Avila heading out to the mound to have a talk with Zimmermann.
I think, you know, if you think of Jordan Zimmermann, maybe you're thinking his strikeouts are down. He does have 4 strikeouts in this game already. Like we said earlier in the telecast in our open, he doesn't walk anybody. He has not walked a batter yet. He has given up a home run. And home runs have just been a huge impact in this whole series.
Driven toward left field, and it's going to be caught on a slide by J-Up. Nice play.
That's a very nice play.
Nice read. Nice jump off the bat. Way to recognize that ball was in on you. Take a look at the jump that he gets. Nice sliding
Look
catch.
at that glove.
Glove work. Do it, J-Up.
You see that glove? That's an old glove right there. Did you use the same glove for years, Simo?
I did. Once I got comfortable giving, broke it in real good, I did not want to get rid of that glove. I like a little bit more flimsier glove where I like that play there. You can protect yourself as well, too, when you go in. Sometimes that glove can get caught, and you can do some damage to a wrist or forearm, any of that. So, no, I love a little bit of loose glove.
And the other thing is, if you don't catch it straight in the pocket, if it hits like down on your ring finger, if it's soft like that, that pocket just moves right over and sucks the ball up. And sometimes it gets hot out, it gets too loose, and then you have to stick a little pine tar in there, a little rosin in there.
That's right.
Shape it up.
Secrets.
Checked it, strike called, 0-2.
I think he called that on a strike, but did he go?
Look, he held up. He must have called the pitch.
I was talking to Showalter, and he was talking about that. They played in the game with Machado. He suggests maybe you can review 1 or 2 a game, check swings, take 30 seconds. What do you think about that idea, Simo? Did you hear that?
I'm over here giving truth be told. I'm watching Scope here at second base. I thought in the first game with Matt Boyd, these guys did a good job of relaying signs. So I really was trying to see if I caught something, if that was happening today. And so, no, I did not hear you.
Fouled off. The point Gibby was making, and he was talking to Buck Showalter about the check swing on Machado last night, about actually reviewing 1 or 2 check swings, having that ability during the game. What do you think on that for replay?
No, I definitely. I mean, last night I think we got a good call. We got away with 1. I didn't think Machado went. But and I don't mind the replay, guys, but the replay's taking a long time at times for me. And so you're talking about speeding up the game. I just feel like that might even slow the game down even more.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, if the game's going to get speeded up, it's going to have to come really from the players, don't you think, Simone? Because there's a lot more time in between pitches. Guys do step out of the box. Yes. Pitchers take more time. I mean, that's. You go back and watch old films. They did less of that. That's one component of it. But I don't know if they really want to do that, because if you're playing, they've become accustomed. It's like when you're playing chess. You can take some time. You want to think it out. You want to get your thought process together. There is an advantage to being a hitter, stepping out and having the time to think things out. And maybe sometimes it's a little gamesmanship, right? You got a guy on the ropes. He's edgy out there in the mound. You want to step out. You call timeout in the middle. It can give you an advantage. So.
Yeah, you want to break his rhythm. He's locked in. He's pounding his zone. Sometimes you call timeout just to kind of break his rhythm a little bit, and hopefully he makes some mistakes.
Little chopper to the right side. Kinsler will handle it. And Zim pitching around a leadoff double here in the fourth. Sports Detroit is brought to you by Bell Tire. For tires and auto service, everybody needs a Bell Tire guy. And by Chevrolet, the most awarded car company 3 years in a row. Windy yet warm afternoon here in downtown Detroit. Good crowd on hand for the Tigers and O's.
Yeah, we've gone with the light short sleeve shirts today. No ties. Huh? It's that hot. Whose idea was that?
I don't know. I just followed the rules.
Hey guys, nice cool moment here in the Tigers dugout too. Miguel Cabrera gets in the dugout, comes over, big smile on his face, give JD Martinez a big forearm pump, the little home run celebration. I just love the fact that Miggy supports his teammates, man. He's a big fan of these guys as well, and his presence in this dugout is definitely felt.
Cabrera, a grade 1 oblique strain. Grade 1 is the lowest grade, so that's the good news. Only a couple of days, hopefully, for Miggy. And Avila sends one high in the air down the right field line. That ball going to the corner, and it's going to bounce in fair. Avila has extra bases, and he is in with a double. Two-bagger for Avila.
Alex, first pitch swinging, just like JD. Orioles have been doing the same thing. This ball, I think, actually gets knocked down by the wind, straight into the wind. Good launch angle right there, 91 mile an hour. See right down in the sweet spot. Alex on with the leadoff double, just as Iglesias started the last inning with the leadoff double.
I think for sure that ball got knocked down by the wind.
Oh, it did.
I mean, that looked like it was going to go.
Now here's my guy Tyler Collins. He's got to try and get him over. He should get a point for it. We need to add these things, that competition.
I believe you have to petition the commissioner for that. We can't just willy-nilly do this stuff.
Does it not make sense?
Definitely makes sense to me.
Yeah, I'll give that to him. Makes sense.
Well, because it's a team at bat. This is for the team. This is, you have to move the run over. You got to get a pitch that you can do it. For Tyler Collins, the left hand, it should be a little easier. You can pull that ball to the second baseman, get Avila over here at third base.
Well, here, I'll say this. If you get a point for a sacrifice, why not getting a point for a ground ball that advances a runner?
Well, that's what we're trying to do right now.
Yes.
Advance the runner.
Advance the runner.
To third. Got to find a way.
Bundy with the 0-2. Ball high, 1-2. I understand the commissioner of Pick the Stick is in the house, so.
Wait a minute, I would take a 6-pointer right now, though.
Well, yeah. Hey, forget about the sacrifice now. He wants the homer. Or as Gibby would say, what? I got to forget about playing the game right? Here's a foul back out of play.
Never forget about that.
Leadoff double by Avila. Tigers coming back from a 3-0 deficit in this one. They came back from 7-1 down in the first game.
It's been a war, been a heck of a battle between these two teams. And today is shaping up as another.
Got him. Strike 3. Collins is caught looking. 1 away.
-1.
That's a -1 for you, Gibster.
There's a tough at bat right there. This is a good pitch. He's looking off speed. And Bundy just paints down and away. It's right at the bottom of the zone. It's a good pitch. We'll leave it up to Romine.
Second strikeout of the ball game for Bundy. Romine flied to left field in his first at bat. It'll dive in for a strike. 0-1. Andrew is charged with playing first base today, filling in defensively for the aforementioned Miguel Cabrera. Roll to first base. Right there is Davis for the out. Advance the runner. 2 gone. That'll leave it up to Iglesias. Iggy had a double to get things started in the third and then scored on the home run, the 3-run shot by J.D. Martinez. Way outside. In a day where it seems like everybody has shifted in some sort of way, some subtle, some not so subtle, it's pretty much straight up here against Iglesias.
Yeah, he can pull the ball. He can hit the ball the other way. They're basically leaving in the middle of the infield. I mean, this is a pretty good spread right here. They've got this. We'll look at it after this pitch right here. The second baseman and the first baseman are clumped together as well, so you can tell the charts.
Well, that ball's going to get away, but not far enough. And Joseph slipped going after it. But Avila didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah, and that's a tough go. Alex is not real fleet of foot. If you're fast, you can get right after it. He doesn't know he's going to slip, like you said. I think he'll get him in. He actually, the catcher tripped over Iglesias.
Now 2-0 on the Tigers' number 9 hitter. 3-0. Kinsler on deck.
See how close these guys are together? These guys are together. Then you have all this space in here. And there's charts and there's data that suggests that's where you want to be.
It'll be a 4-pitch walk for Iglesias. First and third now with 2 outs, and here is Ian Kinsler. Seamold looks like Kinsler's starting to get his stroke back a little bit. He had been struggling most of the month of May, but now 6 hits in his last 14 at bats.
Well, it looks like to me, guys, that he's keeping that front shoulder in a lot longer now, and also letting the baseball travel. He's also not chasing pitches out of the zone. On the last road trip, I felt like because that front hip was flying open, these guys were chasing pitches out of the zone, but it looks like he's zeroed back in on the zone, and he's taking some good swings.
And a chance now to give the Tigers the lead.
Matter of fact, Mario, I'll take a big knock right here with my pick of the stick.
This your guy? Kinsler.
Yes, it is.
Gapper. You know, I would notice Ian was hitting a lot of balls, pulling a lot of balls foul, hooking a lot of fly balls. That tells you it's just coming around it a little bit. And you know, you don't really want to do it. You want to leave your bat in the zone just a little longer. If you could, that directs the ball more in the middle of the field. Not that just because that gives you a better feeling, you're not pulling that front shoulder out as Simo was talking about.
Here's a 2-0, and it's in for a strike. 2-1.
2-0 slider right there. Get me over. Bundy doesn't have a ton of games in the big leagues. This is his third year of pitching, and got some seasoning in the way he pitches.
2-2. Waiting on deck, Castellanos. Bundy drafted in 2011, got to the big leagues the very next year, 2012. Although very briefly, and now he's gone 3-2, which will allow the runner at first to get a jump.
94 miles an hour. He's throwing a little harder right now. He's kind of going to the well here, Simo. Bottom of the fourth, in trouble. It's going to be something hooky.
To the shortstop, Hardy, and Kinsler is out, and the Tigers will waste the leadoff double. The big story. Did you see what happened last night?
Big.
In Atlanta, Jose Bautista. You know what's coming up, don't you? It's a bat flip. That didn't sit too well with the Braves.
Down 8-3, top 8.
Bench is cleared.
Well, Kurt Suzuki just says a couple words to him. Brian Honora comes in there and says, hey. But the teammates see this, and it's a dance.
So I'm sure we have differing opinions on the bat flip, and of course Bautista had the epic bat flip a couple of years ago in the postseason. As Seth Smith leads it off, and Simo, you and I debated this on the pregame show today, Tigers Live, about whether or not this is becoming more a part of the game and whether or not it should. You feel this is the coming trend, don't you?
I do, guys. I think the guys, especially the younger players in the game, they want to bring excitement. I think when you watch basketball, that's exciting. You watch football, these guys are dancing when they score touchdowns. And these guys want to show personality. And I thought in that particular instance there, though, he was, I mean, they were down 8-3, so he hits a homer, 8-4, and he bat flips. But prior to that, there was a little chirping. Mott struck somebody out. He's chirping off the mound. And so it's more of a get back. And Bautista's one of the best at getting the pitch he can handle, and he hits it out. And it's kind of like, okay, well, you're going to chirp, then we're going to flip bats.
Well, I just don't know that it's a movement. Who else does it?
Well, no, there's a lot of guys. I think if you watch Bryce Harper play, I'm not saying that he flips the bat, but there's a little showmanship when guys hit home runs. And I think the old way, guys feel like you're being disrespectful to the game. I just think the game is evolving.
Well, I fist pumped, okay, not to back in '88. So I get the character and that kind of stuff, but he's been told several times by many people that that's taken a little too far. So he's pushing it. I mean, it's 8-3 in the top of the 8th inning. It's not like with the playoffs one. That's, to me, is a little different. Like
yeah, and that, I agree.
So I'm just saying, it's a little bit of clueless to do it yesterday.
Yes.
So that ball right there hit him right in the face. I think he'll be all right.
Smith being tended to.
You know, I don't think you're going to see anytime soon everybody doing this. I'm not saying don't take the emotion and the somewhat showmanship, but he's just known for this stuff.
Here was the ALDS in 2015, but this bat flip here was epic. But this was a different situation.
And right, and I definitely agree with Gib on that. This is a different situation. It's playoff. It's to win the game. Send them. All that. I mean, but you have to love that game.
Oh yeah, well, but you know what?
The moment that I just absolutely love is Game 5. It's a big time swing.
Yeah, well, he got taught a lesson. He took offense. Remember the thing at second base?
Oh, he took a good right hand punch, overhand punch from
as well as that. So I mean, does it mean you can't respond in the old-fashioned way too, or do you just got to move on?
No, I think guys are. Like you guys talked about earlier, pitchers don't pitch inside anymore either. I think that's a lost art, guys. Yeah, I feel like it's fine if you want to come in. If I hit a home run and I watch it for a little bit. Now, I'm not bat flipping, Gib, but I might stand there a little bit, just to.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's wrong.
Appreciate that.
I get it, but he's been a topic of discussion for some time, and the way he takes it further than anybody. He has the right to express that. There should be an accountability as well if people take exception. They should be allowed to do that. And we'll show the dust up between him and Odor. He's a guy that tried to make a play, and Bautista chirped him, and he paid the price. Good strikeout there. So here you go. He's going to go down there. He's going to go hard because I think he'd been hit earlier. He's going to go hard. And then Odor, you're going to see it. He says, you're going to bring it. But Odor kind of dropped down too. Look, this is dropping down serious. We were all taught that. And Bautista walks in there.
He might ought to be a boxer, though, because that's a good overhand right.
That's a short right, isn't it?
Yes, it was.
Bautista lost his glasses there. But the debate's going to go on about not only this, about many things. It's all good debate, I guess. I just think that he should understand that maybe he should scale it back at times on an 8-3 game.
Yeah,
That's
I think Bautista. Me too. I think Bautista have taken it a little bit too far, but I do like that the game is. The guys are having more fun. They're embracing the home run. They're showing more emotion. I think the fans can appreciate the excitement that the game brings.
So I was taught fun was winning.
Well, there's no question about that.
So, I'm old-fashioned. I'll be the first to admit it, but I also understand and respect the evolution of the game and the new players coming in, just as I would expected when I played the game for the older guys to respect what I was trying to do too. And I loved the game. I will always respect the game, and you're hoping that some of the legacy of the guys who, I guess, set the bar for you or set the way the game's played and made history, that you give them a little respect from time to time.
Adam Jones batting now with 2 outs here in the 5th. We'll shoot that one foul back out of play.
Simo, when you're 60 years old like I am, Al Kaline is 80, okay? And I know Mr. Kaline believes in, you know, he was the guy who came before me, so I certainly respect the way he expected me to play the game, and there's got to be a little bit of that as well. Does that make sense?
Makes sense to me. I agree.
Now Zim with the 0-1. Driven toward left field. Jay Up going back to the track, leaping, and he can't get it. It is gone. A home run with 2 outs for Adam Jones. A solo shot to put the Orioles back on top. That is their 2nd home run of the day.
First pitch. They are hacking.
Six homers in the series now for the O's.
It's not a bad pitch. It's running in off the plate. Adam Jones just opens up. It actually gets in on him a little bit. If you look here at the replay, Jay Up did not miss that by much.
Nice effort there too, Gibby, by
Jay
Up, knowing exactly where he was at. He knew he had to go up and try to make a play. Read it perfect and just wasn't able to come up with it.
A great effort by Upton. Davis, the batter, he slammed a 2-run homer in the 1st inning. '19 homers since 2009, 2nd among center fielders. Adam Jones. You don't want to take anything away from these Orioles hitters, and we're not here to do that.
Look at that. Look where he hit that ball off. He's saying, look at, I hit it right off the label. That's a good pitch that went out, and it's a strong man, but you're Zim, you almost got to try and not let that bother you. It's a good quality pitch. I would say that there's a jet stream out there. Both teams have utilized it.
Yeah, I also think it's magnified because Zim has struggled with command, and one of his issues has been leaving balls over the heart of the plate and the home run ball. But you're right, that was a 92-mile-per-hour 2-seam fastball running in, which was an outstanding pitch. And Jones just pulled his hands in really nice and got enough of it. As you said, it's blowing out. I mean, it's blowing out. You look at the flags up here, it's blowing out hard to left.
Here's the 2-2. Davis stays alive. 7 Baltimore hits now. They lead 4-3. They led 3-0 at 1 point.
Good Thursday afternoon crowd. Wow. Sun's out, brightening up a little bit.
Trying to curl it around the outside corner now. 3-2 on Davis, who has hit a ton of home runs in his career. 53 of them a couple of years ago. Made the All-Star team. Backed him out of there. It'll be a walk of the 2-out variety. First walk of the game for Zimmerman.
That might not be a bad play. Take your time. There you can see the breakdown of the pitches. He's up to 90. I mean, maybe he feels that that's not a good matchup against Chris Davis. You like Trumbo better. You know, just kind of looking where the Tigers are at. They trail by a run right now, 4-3 in the top of the 5th.
Right back up the middle, Kinsler on the backhand.
Talk about it next inning.
That'll end the inning. They do take the lead on the home run by Jones. Tigers baseball presented by Bell Tire. Break brought to you by T-Mobile. Here are some happenings around the big leagues. Lance McCullers Jr. Everybody talks about Dallas Keuchel, but this guy's pitching.
Yeah, he's a good talent. His dad was a good pitcher, and he's really developed. The Rangers are coming to town tomorrow, currently on an 8-game winning streak. They're hot.
How about the Rays, the first team since 1900 to hit 10 homers and strike out 40 times in a series. It's kind of all or nothing there.
I guess.
Nicholas Castellanos gets it started here in the 5th. Tigers amp 2-3-4. Nick, then Martinez and Martinez, also known as the Martini. 4-3 in favor of the Orioles. The 0-1 pitch. Foul back out of play. 0-2 on Castellanos. Seven Orioles hits and 5 for the Tigers. Castellanos infield hit, run scored in the 3rd. Came around to the JD home run. Fouled away. Simo, did you bat any second in the lineup? I'm trying to remember where Leland hit you.
I did. He would put me in the 2-hole. I started out in the 7th hole, but once I got hot, especially in 2006, he put me in that 2-hole.
Bouncing ball to Hardy. One gone. Time now for the Bernstein advantage. And JD Martinez against the Orioles since 2016. Pretty good. Really good, as a matter of fact. Anyway, the reason I asked Simo is that it seems to be a vital spot, I think, in the lineup. And maybe it's a spot that has kind of evolved over the years because more power guys now are batting in that spot.
Well, that was the first question that I asked Skip. When he put me in the 2-hole, do you want me to try to hit the ball the other way? And right away, well, I can't say what he told me, but he basically told me, no, don't change a thing. Keep getting the bat head out front. Keep trying to do damage. Don't change my approach, and that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, he wanted you to rake.
He did. He did.
Now Bundy threw. I think JD hit a slider out. Now he started him with 2 curveballs there. First one he missed. He came right back and looked like JD was sitting on it. So he had an idea what was going on. A little fastball away.
2-1 on Martinez. On base 2 times today, walk and a 3-run homer. Low and outside, 3-1. More and more pitchers now are tiptoeing around JD Martinez. Checked it. And he walked him. Didn't go on the appeal.
Well, there's a reason why they walk JD right there. Going to be very careful. We know his last at bat, he hit the 3-run homer, but it's his 3rd. He's got 3 home runs in this series. First night, a bullet to right center field, and another. You notice a lot of these home runs going the opposite way. Then today, first pitch slider, it's hanging, pulls it to left center, and that's what Simo was talking about, that approach. If you have that approach, it allows you to stay on the off-speed pitches better. Fastballs go the other way, hanging sliders, you pull. And he's been dominant force within the Tigers lineup.
Victor skies one in the air deep to right. That's going to the track and to the wall, and it is gone. A 2-run shot for Victor Martinez. And the Tigers retake the lead.
Well, this is turn and burn. He's looking for the fastball right here. He gets it. This is no doubter here. The wind did not knock it down, couldn't knock it down. That's just right down the heart of the plate. He gets his arms out. He's all timed up. He knew it right away.
number 3 for Victor. RBIs 22 and 23.
Got a feeling this won't be the last runs this game.
Back and forth we go. It's now 5-4 Tigers. Jay up fouls it back.
Guys, if you like offense, you have enjoyed watching these two teams slugfest. I mean, they have absolutely put on an absolute show. It's hitting the baseball extremely hard, both sides.
It's the best way to put it. They have just slugged.
They
both
have.
teams, man.
Both teams are slugging.
The Orioles had 20 hits in the first game. Tigers had 18. Home runs are coming from all sources. So Bundy now has given up 5 runs, the most that he has allowed in a start this year. And a little looper into center base hit. J-Up finds himself a single.
And we looked at J-Up's stride earlier in the game, side to side, and this is a good example. Watch, he's going to stay right on this ball. Got good length, doesn't pull the bat out of the zone. Look at him, he follows through that way, just serves it right up the middle. That's a good sign. Just took what they gave him. Followed that 2-run homer by Vimar. Tigers still putting the pressure on here in the 6th, or in the bottom of the 5th. That was nice. Hey, Simo, that's a knock.
That is a nice knock. And all knocks don't have to be pretty. It's tough to take that A swing every time. But for me, Gibby, that's hitting. You're a little bit out front, but you keep the bat in the zone for an extremely long time, allowing you to give yourself a chance. And for me, that's what it's about when you're in the batter's box, giving yourself a chance.
Vila had a double in his last at bat.
Bundy's probably going to really hold Upton.
Four for 7 now for Avila in the series, and that's how they play him defensively.
Got the shift with the runner on. Many times they don't do it because you get a guy, but Orioles are going with it.
Avila hits the deck 2-0. I don't know, it just seems like every time Avila's at the plate, he's in a good hitter's count.
He sees a lot of pitches. He's willing to go deep in the count. Sometimes he'll come up and he'll look just right down middle. We call it keyholing. Like you ever look through a keyhole of a door?
Maybe as a kid.
Okay, well, be a kid. That's how you get good pitches. You act like you're looking just through in a little spot. I know you wanted to say something else.
I did, but let's just stop it there.
Simo, you heard me say keyhole.
Yes, I have.
That means getting a really good pitch exactly where you want it.
Yes. But he also trusts his approach. I mean, his strength is the opposite way. And then that just takes a lot of pressure off of him. You can trust to let the ball get deep. Makes him a pretty good hitter too with 2 strikes. Not jumpy in the batter's box. He looks so quiet. His head doesn't move.
You didn't want it. Looked like he was looking in right there. Ball's away. Take it. Got to trust your instincts.
To left field, slicing. Mancini not going to get it. Up against the wall. Here comes Upton. He's going to score. It's a double and an RBI for Alex Avila.
Well, just a little thing that probably nobody saw right there. That J.F. was on the move. That's why I like runners in motion. You got a good hunch. Alex serves it down into left field. Remember, his other double was in the right field corner, so he's using the whole field. And there's Jay up on his way. Good route. Mancini does a pretty good job. Kind of a weak throw into the cutoff man. But Jay up is on around those bases quickly. The insurance runs.
That's a great at bat too, Gib and Mario from Avila there. He had himself in a good hitters count 2-1. Bundy threw a nasty fastball on the outside at 92. He didn't budge. And then on a 2-2 count where you look at his swing and he stays inside him and drives the opposite way. Good piece of hitting right there. Great at bat.
J-Up's got some water. We're going to watch J-Up. Look like a little delayed steal. Reads the ball. He has to make sure he doesn't catch it. Yeah, feeling good after that knock. Those legs feel light.
Meanwhile, Avila 2 doubles, an RBI, and now Tyler Collins will stand in. Tigers' second 3-run inning of this ball game. They may not be done yet. TC with a walk and a strikeout in this game. Bundy was staked to a 3-0 lead, gave that up in the 3rd on the Martinez homer.
I tell you, don't let up if you're the Tigers. Get as much as you can get. Get greedy.
Castro threw in the ball game last night, warming up again today.
Tell you, Buck Showall there. He looks like he's resting his bullpen as much as he can. He's left Bundy out there for quite a time. Castro just got called up yesterday. He threw in last night's game and he's up again. Right from Double-A.
That's in the air, right side of the infield for Scope. Drifting. 2 gone. Avila holding at second. We'll bring up Romine.
Come on, Romy.
He is 0 for 2, 1 on the ground, 1 in the air. Tigers 2 homers today, JD and Victor. In the air to Adam Jones. He is cruising under it, and that will end the inning, but a good inning for the Tigers. Simo, thanks, buddy. We'll see you on postgame.
Thank you, guys. Enjoyed it. Enjoyed it.
Brought to you by Ram Trucks. Rockies and Twins going at it. NL West leaders against the AL Central leaders. Troy Blackman with an RBI single here in the 6th. It made it 5-0 Rockies. Now 5-1 Colorado in the bottom of the 6th. Mario, Gibby?
2 teams that have been surprises so far. The Rockies over in the National League and the Twins in our Central Division.
Buddy Black, huh? First year.
Yeah.
Done a good job. He's made a huge difference to that pitching staff. Being a pitcher himself, one of the things that he's known from, and he's managerial skills really improved when he was there in San Diego, and Colorado on top under his leadership.
Here come the Orioles now. The Tigers have themselves a 2-run lead. 6-4 is our score. Jonathan Scope will lead things off against Jordan Zimmerman. And Zim delivers a strike. He has allowed 2 homers in this game, Jones and Davis. Scope had a double to lead off the 4th, but the Orioles stranded him. Now they go 1.
Well, we're here at the top of the 6th. You got to assume Justin Wilson's out, don't you?
Yes. Well, yeah, last 2 days he can't be available today.
I would say possibly Alex Wilson is out, maybe a hitter. Chad Bell's still out. He threw what, 3-4 innings?
Yeah, 70-some pitches.
So you got one lefty and Hardy, so you got to keep your lefty for when you might need him.
Popped up left side of the infield. Who wants it? Iglesias. 1 away. Well, the Fantasy Dinner Series returns on June 1st. Special guest Jack Morris. All attendees get a gourmet meal, a photo with Jack, and a chance to take part in a Q&A session hosted by Dan Petrie. Call 313-471-2550 or visit tigers.com.
Okay, so let's assume Alex Wilson or Frankie K-Rod closes, right?
That would be
so
the
if we
assumption.
get through this inning, you got 2 innings to fill. I'm going to say Greeny may go 2 if he needs the bridge guy.
Of course, the extra inning game really threw the series into a bit of a tizzy. It went 13 frames. Now Hardy warming up.
So he's looking there. He'll use him against the righties or the lefties. A good pitch. Zim wanted that. But I think that Justin Wilson, 30 pitches last night, 16 and an inning and a third the night before. So I think he could probably pitch today, but you just don't want to hurt him later down the season. I would be cautious about using that. Alex, 1 inning, 10 pitches last night, 13 pitches the night before, an inning and a third. Yeah, he's probably going to still go. He's probably going to pitch today. So Alex and Greeny be my thought. So every out that Jordan Zimmerman gets is vitally important to win and to the pin for another win, even down the road.
As a manager, it has to be hard sometimes when a win is there for the taking to fight the urge to maybe use some guys that should be off that day.
Well, it is, but you have to weigh it, what it's going to mean long term. But you know, you can't let yourself get steered away. Everybody that's watching right now might say, don't pitch this guy, don't pitch that guy. It's not how it works. Zimmerman getting stronger this inning. You have to you have a staff, you have to use it to protect everybody on the roster. You can't just count on the same couple guys all the time.
2 away here in the 6th. Six strikeouts now for Zimmerman. Caleb Joseph.
Look at Zim. They wanted to change the ball. Zim wanted that ball. He liked the way it fell. He yelled out at him to throw it in. He acted like he didn't hear him. Some balls just fit your hand better than others. Seams are better. At 100. 64% strikes.
Jordan got off to a bumpy start today. The 2-run homer by Davis in the 1st, then Smith an RBI single in the 2nd, and in a blink of an eye it was 3-0 Orioles, but his offense has come back to support it. And now trying to gut through this 6th inning with 2 out, nobody on. Joseph hit a sinking liner to left his last at bat. Upton caught it. That ball hit in the air to center. Collins on the move, and it's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Jordan Zimmerman. They are leading by a score of 6-4 this afternoon. Here is Chevrolet's most dependable player going to reach down to Toledo and Alex Presley.
Yeah, this was in a big win for the Bud Hens. Hit for the cycle last night with Toledo. That's his second time he's done it in the minor leagues. Did it in 2010 as well. Bud Hens looking better this year, and of course Alex Presley. Remember, he had a great spring. It's really hard to send him down, and on fire again down there. In the waiting, should the Tigers need an outfielder like him.
Well, here comes Iglesias now as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Dylan Bundy works it home, ball 1 high. Iggy, then Kinsler, and then Castellanos.
Looks like they're done talking shop now. Jordan Zimmerman really did a pretty good job. I thought made some better pitches on some of the damage that was done against him. The home run by Adam Jones was one of them.
He persevered today.
You know, he always does that. He's a veteran, so he always pretty much hangs in there. But I thought he threw the ball well.
Iggy lays down a bunt, and they're going to let it roll foul. 2-2. Bundy is now at 90 pitches. 102 for Zim.
$112 the high by Dylan Bundy this year. It's his last start.
Career high 6 earned runs. Here's the 2-2. Look out. Vizquel had to spin out of the way.
Gonna have quick reactions down there, those base coaches. Ball gets on you quick. And that ball's coming out of the crowd, and it's really bright out. We have not had one ball come into the booth this year.
Are you trying to make it happen by saying that?
I am.
In Anaheim, there was a ball that came screaming into the booth.
You guys were there?
Yep, put a hole in the back wall. It's the foul ball, I think, off the bat of Miguel Cabrera. Struck him out, and Iglesias is going to be thrown out.
So who was it closest to?
It was closer to Rod.
Did he try and catch it?
Oh, no. No, and I don't blame him. I mean, that thing's coming in hot.
You guys had a good view of it, though?
Real good view.
Well, I just went to float up in here, bounce off the top of the TV monitor, and just bounce in my hand.
That it would ruin the monitor.
No, there's a box around the monitor.
Well, let's say it's gonna. You wanted to hit the box and then roll in, not the monitor.
Yeah, the box around the monitor.
Here's Kinsler. Ian, a couple of grounders and a single.
Game's kind of taking another little pace right here. Tigers leading 6-4. 1-2-3 inning by Jordan Zimmerman. And
well, driven to right field.
Same for the Tigers. So far, 2 up, 2 down.
So Kinsler is out of there, 2 away now, and that'll bring up Nicholas Castellanos. Well, I would say, Gibby, if the Tigers are able to take 2 out of 3 in the series, obviously a good thing. You've got the Rangers coming in next. They're really good and they're really hot. So you got to take advantage of the home field.
Absolutely. You want to win your games at your home park, and it's been good for the crowds. Tigers are up by a couple right now. What do you got there?
You want a chocolate color almond?
Look at these are all Mario's.
Just so you folks know, dark chocolate crisps.
He went scummy.
We have gummy lifesavers.
What do you mean we?
Oh, like you don't eat any of this
Maybe
stuff.
one occasionally.
Oh, whatever. Chocolate. I love chocolate.
Is it good for you?
It's good for
dark
you,
chocolate.
Dark chocolate's good, right? He's hammered to center field. Hit well. Jones to the wall to make the catch. One, 2-3 inning. Anybody want any food?
Mario wants a snack. .800, call Sam Call of the game. Jordan Zimmerman throwing a beauty today, hanging in there with the Tigers. 6 strikeouts so far. Look at, they're all breaking balls, every single one of them. Good depth on it. He also used the fastball, sprinkled it around to set that pitch up. There's the line: 7 hits, 4 runs. They're earned. Only 1 walk, 6 Ks. And he's handed the ball off. He's done his job. We got a Tigers pitching change, right?
We do. Blaine Hardy is checked in now, facing J.J. Hardy. How about that?
So wall side windows pitching change. There's the numbers. 13th game for Blaine. Been pretty dependable. Bounces back pretty quickly.
J.J. Hardy with a ground out and a single.
2 days ago, he had 27 pitches. He had that long inning. Gave up a couple of runs.
Iglesias on the backhand. One gone.
There's an article in the paper I know that was written about Iglesias. And I know Omar works with him all the time. Just watch the way he circles around, gets this to his backhand. He circles around so he's coming into the throw. Remember yesterday when he made that throwing error? Sets up good form, and nice four-seamer right up. He's got a very strong arm, a very true arm. Got a little bit sloppy on that error he made the other day, and good job.
Here is Seth Smith playing to pull on the infield. A strike called. It's got to be a fine line when you're trying to instruct a young player like Iglesias, who plays with a little bit of flair, but Omar Vizquel has said that he's tried to tone down some of it, make him a little bit more consistent, but you don't want to really take it all away from him. That's his game.
No, you want him to have fun, but certain things fundamentally, flair sometimes where you stop it is when flair turns into trouble, right? So there's just certain things that that you can do. It's going to give you a better chance of not making a mistake. And that's, I think, where the line needs to be drawn.
Two and one.
Talking to Buck Showalter before the game, he was talking about how J.J. Hardy is so fundamental. He's helped Manny Machado. He's helped Jonathan Scope, because it's all about being efficient, playing every day, so you're more consistent.
Collins on the run on a ball hit well to left center field. Wow. And it's going to travel out of here.
That's a jet stream. I think Tyler Collins thought he had that ball originally, and then it just went over the fence.
Well, it's another Orioles home run. Their third of the game, a solo shot. Tigers lead down to 1.
Yeah, you're gonna have to fight. Again, Tyler Collins looked like he's had this ball like a can of corn. Seth Smith gets behind it and just keeps carrying and carrying. And Seth Smith's not a huge home run hitter, but you've seen a couple balls go out right there. Tyler Collins hit one last night in that same area. It's going to be it for Blaine Hardy. We got a wall side windows pitching change.
He is out of the ball game now. Tigers go back to the bullpen. Here is Shane Green.
Well, Greeny threw 2 innings, 28 pitches 2 days ago. He's coming in. I think they would like this to be the bridge guy. If he gets good efficient outs this inning, I'm sure they'd bring him out for the 8th. Got to keep the ball down and keep. There we go. Got to keep it on the ground. Obviously, the one in the air is traveling at great lengths today.
He was both efficient and got the ground ball there.
Yeah, first pitch, and these Orioles have been very aggressive first pitch.
Two more hits today for Adam Jones as he comes strolling in, a single and a homer. And his average now starting to climb. It is up to 275. There are guys in this league that, despite the slow starts they might get off to, eventually will end up in a certain area, and Jones one of those guys. He'll be in the 20 to 25 homer range. He'll be knocking on the door of 90, 100 RBIs.
You know, it's somebody's birthday in Oriole land. You know who it is today?
Brooks Robinson.
That's right. I saw these guys, the Orioles made a birthday tape for him.
Really?
Thanked him for what he had accomplished and the tone that he had set for them all. Adam Jones was one of the spokesmen, Buck Showalter to the other. And he's around quite a bit. Boy, can he pick it, huh?
He was considered the gold standard. Defensive third baseman. What a player, Brooks. How old? Do you know what?
80.
80?
I think he's 80. Of course, when we were growing up, that's the guy that we'd see on the national TV games.
Yeah.
When Baltimore was on. We didn't have as many games as they do today.
2-0 on Jones. Driven in the air to center field. Deep again. Collins to the wall to make the catch. And he held on. Nice running play by Tyler Collins. We had to hold our breath. That'll do it. Home run by Smith. Made it a one-run game. Coming up, the Consumers Energy 7th inning stretch.
Bank game summary. First inning, Chris Davis, who's been hitting the ball out of the park this series, puts Baltimore up. Then JD answers in the 3rd. He stays hot. And then Vmart in the 5th puts the Tigers on top. 5-3, I believe, at the time. And Jordan Zimmerman with 6 good innings has handed the ball off to the Tigers bullpen. We have the wall side windows pitching change for the Orioles. Miguel Castro pitched the inning last night. He's on again for the Orioles today. Inning pitched last night, did have a strikeout. Came up from the minors. Double A, as a matter of fact. They don't do that as much as they used to, Mario. They used to bring it up from Double A quite a bit, but not as much. But he did, and he finds himself in another big league game.
Well, as you mentioned, he came in last night. Now he's going to have to deal with the middle of the Tigers lineup here today as we go to the 7th. And Mr. Castro has J.D. Martinez to get it started, and he looks at a ball inside.
J.D. 2 walks and a homer.
Another big day. On base 3 more times. A lot of big important hits in this game, but J.D. had a huge one. Tigers fell behind early 3-0. And then he hit a bullet line drive home run in the 3rd, a 3-run shot to tie it. 2-0. It's rolled toward 3rd, foul.
Yeah, if you're the Orioles, you want to see J.D. hit the ball on the ground. In fact, that goes for everybody today. But he has been driving the ball with backspin, line drives. J.D. first player since '99. Look at 8 hits, 8 walks in the first 24 plate appearances. Ricky Henderson and Darryl Strawberry.
3-1. We'll say this has been a very entertaining series. I mean, if you like offense, then you've certainly been entertained.
Yeah, you'd be mentally drained when you go home from this game in this series.
Inside, ball 4. JD will get another walk, his 3rd of the game. We check in now with Justin White.
Hey Mario, after today's game, Victor Martinez will be placed on the paternity list. Brett Ausmus telling the media this morning that Victor will miss this weekend series with the Rangers as he attends the birth of his 3rd child. Victor and his wife expecting the 3rd child, the baby girl, we're told. So likely no Victor Martinez and perhaps no Miguel Cabrera as well for this entire weekend series with the Texas Rangers, guys.
Hey, J-Dub, remember in the pregame show when you used the term poopy diapers?
I do. Victor was my pick for Pick the Stick. I had a feeling he was going to do something big before that baby arrived, and sure enough, he came through for me.
He did, man. 2-run shot. Congratulations.
Who might they bring up to replace him? How about John Hicks would be a candidate. He's got some time up here. He's swinging the bat good, hit 333 in AAA.
Tigers got some really good production out of Hicks and Adducey, who eventually landed on the DL. The 1-0 sails in there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
They're shifting. They're trying to get him to hit that ball on the ground. That's not his strength, but boy, the ball's flying off his bat as of late.
1-2. Castro is a slender sort. He is 6'5", 190.
Yeah, he's got some long levers, doesn't he? Whips that fastball. Long and lanky.
La Romana in the Dominican Republic, and V-Marts.
Well, we've seen a couple foul balls go to interesting places. Seth Smith and now V-Mart. No comment. See you over there snickering.
I'm just looking at the field, waiting for V-Mart to get back in the box.
Looks like he's got the wind knocked out of him a little bit.
Interesting places. 1-2 the count on Victor.
Now look at that infield in the around home plate, how hard it's getting. Remember what I was talking about earlier in the game?
Yep.
So even, you know, like a foul ball at the plate, that's going to react differently. Your slides for sure, the infielders, the ball's really going to come on you quickly.
The 1-2. 2-2 now on Victor. 6-5. Tigers lead by a run. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Low ball 3. Justin Upton waiting on deck. Each ball club today with 8 hits. Castro replacing the starter Bundy. And he walked it back-to-back base on balls here in the 7th. 2 on and nobody out. The Tigers June Digital Ballpark Pass is your ticket to 10 games in the month of June. 1 pass, 10 games, only $49.99. All tickets will be digitally delivered via your mobile device. Buy yours today at tigers.com/pass. Tigers trying to lengthen their lead now. 2 on, nobody out.
Generosity there from the Orioles staff. 2 walks to lead off, and then you got to get something out of it.
Upton takes ball 1. Jay up a looping single to center field in his last at bat. 1 for 3.
Jay up got that hit. I guarantee he feels way better up there. Not going to be pressing as much.
Ground ball left side. Hardy goes to second. There's 1. Relay. Got him a double play. Close play at first base.
That hurts.
See if the Tigers want to look at this.
Yeah, I think he was definitely out. Champ didn't have any reaction as well.
6-4-3, 2 gone, no challenge. Runner at third. That'll bring up Avila, who already has 2 doubles and an RBI. There's that J.J. Hardy you were talking about, just ever so consistent.
Yeah, he can get to it. His biggest problem is going after like a fly ball. You know how much range that Iglesias has? Hardy is the opposite of that. Other than that, anything on the diamond, he gets to it pretty good. He's got great fundamental. And as Buck Showalter says, efficient with what he does with his movements.
Oh, and 1 on Avila. 0-2. Alex's RBI doubled in the 5th. Right now is the difference in this game. Tigers holding on to a 6-5 lead.
Tigers are banking that Shane Green can hold this Oriole team at bay.
Just off the plate.
Be Chris Davis, Trumbo, and Scope. 3 righties.
And all of them with power.
Yeah, let's get some 3 ground balls from these guys. Would be advisable.
Castro with the 1-2. Vila sends it high in the air to center. Jones going back. Wind taking it to the warning track to end the inning. Tigers baseball this afternoon presented by Bell Tire. Bank, a part of Detroit and the community since 1849. Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyDetroit.com. See why Chevy drives to Motor City. Wallside Windows. We can do that. We are the factory. And by Tim Hortons. Purchase coffee at Tim Hortons on May 31st and send a deserving child to camp. Tigers lead 6-5. Trying to win 2 out of 3 in the series here against the Orioles. And it'll be Davis Trumbo Scope facing Shane Green here in the 8th.
Pretty formidable. Right in the middle of the lineup. Davis hit several home runs in this series. Tigers go with Shane Green. Going to leave him in there. Hopefully get some grounders.
Flared out of play 0-1.
Chris Davis. 3 home runs in the series, and these are no doubters. This guy is one strong baseball player. That was the left center. This one here he pulled it to right. And then today, down and in on the slider with Jordan Zimmerman. He got all this one. He's got kind of a interesting stance. He stands with his hands. He steps and then his hands go back. He's very mechanical.
A very upright stance.
If you watch his hands, he holds them kind of neutral, but the hands go back and the front foot goes out. Very deliberate. Boy, Green, he threw that one right by him.
One and 2 on Davis.
Wants that fastball in.
Just missed. 2-2. Trumbo lurking on deck. The way these Orioles are swinging the bats, 3 more homers today. 1-run lead is very precarious. Here's the 2-2. 3-2 on Davis.
Not walking. Interesting to see here at the top of the 8th. I don't think Buck would pinch run for him looking on his bench. You know, Rickard would be the fastest guy, but he doesn't want to take Chris Davis out in case they tie it up. He runs actually pretty decent for a big fella.
Swing and a miss. Dusted him up top.
Davis wanted to swing and try and hit it out of the park. This might be expanding a little too far. And Shane Green really with some extra velocity today. He's saying 97 miles an hour on that pitch. It's 1 away. Big out.
That'll bring up Mark Trumbo. Not a whole lot doing today for Trumbo. Strikeout, flyout, ground out. Both ball clubs 8 hits this afternoon. Ball 1. The homers today for the Orioles: Davis, Jones, and Smith. Good pitch.
Greeny looks sharp today. She's got the fastball, definitely has that added life. There was the slider. Dropped that in nicely. Locked Trumbo up. This guy has proven that he can hit the ball. He likes it up in the zone. That's the damage he's done with the Tigers. You want to make sure you keep it down. Attaboy. Now he's got 2 strikes. Keep the ball right down at the bottom of the zone. He's going to hit you probably a ground ball somewhere.
Trumbo Silver Slugger Award in All-Star season last year. Low and away, 2-2.
Green going in a second deep count. 3-2 count on Davis. He's already at 2-2 on Trumbo.
Now 3-2 on Trumbo.
He made a pitch run for Trumbo. He faces the same dilemma. He's down to 5 outs in the game if he doesn't score. So you've got to think about the opportunity to score a run. What gives you the highest probability? Maybe a faster runner might do that. Should Mark Trumbo get on?
Shane Green came on in the 7th, got a couple of outs, and now an out here in the 8th. Trying to give his manager an inning and 2/3 here this afternoon. Little chopper up the middle. Iglesias scooping, and he throws him out.
Well, we've watched Iglesias go to his right. This time to his left. Got a pretty good read on it and got close to Ian Kinsler and Iglesias are going right at the same pitch. They're close together. Iggy takes it, goes in front, makes sure he gets a good grip and a good throw. 2 down here in the top of the 8th.
We'll bring up Jonathan Scope. If that ball got through to Kinsler, do you think he throws him out?
I don't know. Iglesias had a way better angle at it, possibly, but it was his ball, and he cut across and took it. Looked like they were shied away a little bit, but knowing they played together for so long, it worked well as Iglesias made the play.
Scope a double in 3 at bats.
Keep the ball down on this guy. If he can get Scope, he may not have to face the top of the order in the next inning.
That would be nice. Here's the 1-0.
Good tight slider right there. Check the spin rate on that. That would be pretty high, over league average is my guess.
Scope cuts and misses again. Now the count is 1-2.
It's a great location. Very good slider coming out hot. Looks like it's a fastball. Outer third. Then it just breaks right at the end. Nice, late, tight breaking slider. That's what you want. You don't want it to come out and have a big hump in it so the batter can see it earlier. Pretty good pitch there too. No call.
Flaherty on deck if Scope were to reach. And again, they have Manny Machado available on their bench. He did not start today.
Yeah, we may see him for J.J. Hardy.
Fouled off. I don't play it, and that one caught Avila.
He doesn't look like he's loose yet, so he's got the hoodie on and does have his bat in his hand.
Pretty good weapon off the bench today. He did not start. He played the first 2 games in the series. Of course, was involved in that check swing last night, in which he was called out to end the ball game, and Machado slammed the helmet to the ground. The replay indicated that C.B. Buckner, who was the first base umpire last night, he said he went around, but the replay showed that he might have held up.
Well, you're just going to get different views of different events depending on where you're at on the diamond. Where CB was standing, he thought, remember there was a couple that Tigers did not get before that, maybe
Correct.
2 of them, and Tigers put some pressure on CB, and I think that sometimes that subconsciously affects the outcome of maybe a future call. And that was the case with Machado to end the game.
And as always, it's easier to make that call when you slow it down and look at it on a replay as opposed to real time.
Yeah, but I think we'd all agree that it was a favorable call for for us.
Absolutely.
The Tigers.
Now Green again with the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Scope is out of there. 1-2-3 inning for Shane Green. Windows. The Rangers are in town beginning tomorrow evening, and here's how the rotations will stack up.
Well, Tigers got Daniel Morris, JV, and then Matthew Boyd. Texas sending Nick Martinez, AJ Griffin, and Yu Darvish. Darvish is pretty nasty out of that group. That I tell you what, he led the league in strikeouts many years with the Rangers, but it'll be a good series. Texas came in today winning 8 in a row. Did they win? Are they winning today? Does anybody know?
Don't know.
And they'll be
no, they're losing 2-0 to the Phils.
Be a tough challenge.
Here is Tyler Collins. Bottom of the 8th is underway. Castro back out there. He walked the first 2 batters of the 7th. Tigers, though, could not take advantage as Castro got a big double play.
He got the double play from Jay Up. Alex Wilson looks like he's going to try and close it down today. You can kind of see how these marathon back and forth games can affect the way managers think. Buck Showalter is obviously resting the nucleus of his bullpen, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely.
And the Tigers today forced to rest their closer, Justin Wilson. You got to bite the bullet sometimes. You have a full staff, you have to use it.
Yeah, I think it goes back to what you said earlier, and the fact that you really do have to keep one eye on the rest of the year, which is a very, as you know, lengthy year. And you can't burn guys out early. If they are here, they need to pitch.
I think later in the year, you're in the playoff drive, you'd be more apt to do it.
Hey, another leadoff walk.
But this is just a little too early. We're just midway through May. You really know it when you get into mid-August. You'll see how your pitchers are performing. Buck Showalter's been doing it a long time. Brad looks fairly relaxed. Got to force yourself to do it sometimes.
Tigers trying to get an insurance run or two here. Leadoff man on. Romine squares to bunt. Bunted it foul. 0-1. Castro playing with fire. He walked 2 men in the 7th and now another man here in the 8th. Stephen Crichton warming up.
Another youngster.
Bunted. Good one. Throw line is out. Sacrifice advancing the runner. Fans, RBI Baseball 2017 returns with fast pace. Pick up and play MLB action packed with all of your favorite MLB teams, players, ballparks, and much more. Get RBI Baseball today for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and mobile devices. Learn more at RBIGame.com. Here's Iglesias.
Just a little bit old school there. Taking and butting him over, trying to get the hit out of Iglesias or Kinsler for the insurance run. Keep an eye on Castro right here. He might be a candidate to steal third on. Oh boy, he is. See if he one look that time. If he does it again. And he turns that head forward, just starts shuffling. Did a good jump. Really slow. 1-8. I'd be out there scratching my pant leg. Used to always have a sign with Sparky, you know, the stripe goes up the side of the leg there. You just kind of scratch it a little bit. That said, "Let me go, please."
Here's the 2-0, and it's a strike.
He's one looked every time. So as soon as his head turns, you take a big old hop. And when he lifts, you're that much closer to the bag. Go.
There he goes. Here comes the throw. And not in time. Collins steals it.
So it was a good candidate. Baltimore is going to check it to see if he is out or safe. He actually, they're going to check it. He says he is out. You want to have a hop before he does that. Before he goes, you want to have a hop. That's pretty close.
You got the tag down.
Yeah, you want to have a hop before you went from a dead stop. You want to try and hop one time to get closer to the bag, but we'll see if they reverse that. I don't think it's a sure thing. Do you?
No, I don't think it's ever a sure thing. Based on how we've seen replay operate in the past, I mean, it really needs to be conclusive.
The other thing is, we can watch that. Look at how Flaherty is running to the bag.
You know what? You're right. Maybe it's not all
really
that conclusive.
close.
Yeah, it may be too close to overturn that.
It's really close.
Quick decision. Out. They called Collins out.
It was a good idea, and he'll get better at that.
So they're empty now with 2 outs. They reversed the call.
Now Castro that time, he went to home earlier than he had on the others.
The bullet hit the left field. And a stumbling play out there by Mancini, but he holds on.
Here we go
to the 9th.
Call Sam update. Craig Monroe and Mickey York getting ready for the post-game edition of Tigers Live. What an offensive series it's been for both teams, and the Tigers and Orioles have continued to keep pace again here today.
Well, if you like offense, you've enjoyed this series against the Baltimore Orioles, guys. Both teams, they put on an absolute slugfest. Stick around for the post-game show, though. We're going to show you all of it. We're going to break down Alex Avila's swing. We're also going to tell you the good and the bad of Jordan Zimmerman. We've got a lot of show. We got a lot for him tonight, Nick.
Absolutely, and the Martinez is a big part of that offensive effort today. We'll hear from them coming up after the game on Tigers Live. But Mario, first, once again, the Tigers have to preserve another 1-1 lead going into the ninth.
And our plan, Mickey, is to do just that. A wall-side windows pitching change as Alex Wilson is on to get the final 3 outs.
Well, he is the jack of all trades, and he has earned the respect of his manager and his pitching coach and his teammates. He can do whatever is asked, and he's asked to close today. And has been throwing the ball great. Has not been scored upon in several outings.
As a Tiger, he's done everything from start to close, and he's attempting to close today. Flaherty leads it off.
I'll tell you what he's added is he's got that fastball, slider, and the cutter. 1 for 5 career versus Alex is Flaherty. But they swing it hard on that first pitch. To make a good pitch, you get weak contact. That's what you hope happens.
Flaherty has single and 2 strikeouts. 6-5, Tigers lead. Bouncing ball right side. Kinsler. 1 out.
1 ground ball. We certainly don't want to see anything in the air, do we?
Nope, not today. Well, the wind has died down a tad, not much though. Here's Caleb Joseph. So we had a 13-inning game in game 1, a 1-run game yesterday, 1-run game today. 2 teams that played some pretty even baseball in this series.
I think you see that both teams are kind of equally matched. They both hit the ball very well. The bullpens have been prevalent in the outcome of these 3 games. And the home run ball.
Ball 1 to Joseph.
0 for 4 so far for Caleb against Alex.
That's in the air to center, and it's playable. Collins under it, and there are 2 gone. He's going to leave it up to J.J. Hardy.
Keep it underground.
We expected coming into the series there would be a lot of home run balls, and there have 14 total between the 2 squads.
1 for 6 career, J.J. versus Alex.
Here comes the crowd now. 32,455 today. Hardy 1 for 3. Strike 1.
5 pitches, 4 strikes. Commands the count, commands the zone. Hopefully the at bat. It's like right down the middle of the plate. Now that's at the front of the plate, I believe, with the tracker set up. So that ball did have movement on it. Maybe it was the way that the ball was caught that CB didn't give us the call.
One and one on Hardy. Line drive caught by Iglesias for a game winner. And the Tigers win 2 out of 3 from the Orioles.
This is a rocket. Iglesias times it perfectly right in the webbing of the glove. This is a good series win against a very tough Baltimore Orioles team. They'll be ready for the Rangers when we come back tomorrow night.
And now we send you to the Coliseum Studios. Mickey York standing by.